gonna, fellas? Here we go. We've got the Re-Animator Deep Creek Cryo IPA. And that's pretty trippy. And this was made for the West Coast IPA Challenge. I've just had one of the best IPAs in the world. Brewed for the 13th annual Malthouse West Coast IPA Challenge. This year's theme was 80s horror movies. That's why you get the picture. We took a load of cryogenically frozen Simcoe hops and reanimated them in this lively hoppy creation. Look out for the Cryo Re-Animator. And he's got the brain ready to go. He's making a Frankenstein, is he? You're kidding. That's pretty trippy, the label, isn't it? That's what we want, tripsters. Alright, so this one is made in Auckland. 2.3 standard drinks. Vegan friendly. Titan Place, Silverdale. Now, I've been to Auckland. Pretty trippy. I ended up going to the museum, and then I went to the movies, but in between I went to the old Coles cafeteria and had lunch with a Japanese girl I met on the plane, which was really trippy. And then we watched this movie. It was Clan of the Cave Bears or something like that. Daryl Hannah in it. Wow. That's actually really good. I was tripping a bit, thinking this could be silly. 6.5%, but this is actually really good IPA. This is the flavour I love. Wow. One of the better ones in the world. You're kidding. New Zealand makes some fantastic beers. I've rarely been disappointed. The only time I've been disappointed with New Zealand beers is when I get to the counter and they're bloody so expensive. It's a joke. Someone's making a packet. New Zealand government and the Australian government. You're kidding. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's worth it. Absolutely luscious. Full flavour, quite malty, fruity, and quite a bit of finish on the end. So it's got everything you really need. Well balanced. I'm loving it. The Re-Animator. You're kidding. Well done, fellas. That was a beauty. Did they get a couple of awards or something? I think they did. A trophy in 2017 and a trophy in 2019. There you go. Champion Medium International. Champion Small International. So they're getting bigger because they're doing such a bloody good job. But to pull off a couple of prizes, you can't beat that. Well done. Hey, what do they call it? AIBA trophy. I don't know what the hell that means. Probably Australian International Beer Authority or some bloody bullshit. Anyway. Didn't bring my glasses out. Fucked up again. Alright. So there you go, guys. There's a couple of IPAs the last couple of vids, and they're crackers. That's what you want to be drinking. These cracking IPAs, really tasty, well balanced, yummo. Delicious. And just imagine them being in New Zealand now, making a move on the Japanese girl in the cinema. We're when Daryl Hannah was getting raped. Yeah, I don't think it was a good move. Anyway, we won't go there. But New Zealand was good. I hitchhiked around the North Island. My mum's father was alive and he had a farm in New Zealand. So I stayed there for a little while. He went out and killed a sheep, so we had plenty of lamb to eat. And he said, yeah, the other bits, the shit bits go to the dog. So that fed the dog for a while. And I hitchhiked up to Paihia, Russell. Stayed with friends of my uncle. He was a half uncle, I guess. My mum's half brother. And yeah, Dad remarried and had 4 more kids with a lady in New Zealand. So yeah, I was eating the biggest oysters straight off, straight out of the water. We'd go and get them, and then we'd open them up and just wolf them down raw. And they were like 4 inches long, about 100 centimetres long. They were huge. 10 centimetres long, 100 centimetres, you're kidding. Anyway, they were big oysters, and I really enjoyed New Zealand. It was a little bit, I don't know, it was actually good because I stayed in some backpacker places, and staying there, there was a German girl, and, some of the best mull you've ever had. Couldn't feel my legs one day. Yeah, it was pretty right out there. It was pretty exciting. Datura plants everywhere. Yeah, it was pretty straight out crazy shit, really. The only bad thing that happened there was I helped round up the sheep on the farm one day, and I jumped the bloody electric fence and it was on. So I got a big electric shock, and that wasn't too good. And I raced my half uncle, who was roughly the same age as me, and we raced to the oysters, and I didn't realise the hill was so steep, and I actually crashed off the property onto the beach, and it was like a 4 feet drop. It was alright, I didn't crash, I just bounced, but yeah, that was a bit trippy as well, but no, I love New Zealand. Well done, fellas. I love pure things, and New Zealand seems like a real good place. Good people, great food. It's like, what a place. I'd probably live there if there was no Australia and I wasn't Australian. I'd want to live in New Zealand because they're just great people, all of them. Anyway, I'll leave you with that. Cheers, guys.